IEEE standards. In 1985, the Computer Society of the IEEE started a project called Project 802 to set a standards to enable interconnections among equipment from a variety of manufacturers. Project 802 does not seek to replace any part of OSI or the Internet model. Instead, it is a way of specifying functions of the physical layer and the data link layer of major LAN protocols. The standard was adopted by the American National Standard Institute. In 1987, the International Organization for Standard ISO also approved it as an international standard under the designation ISO 8802. The figure shows the 802 standard of the traditional OSI model. The IEEE has subdivided the data link layer into two sublayers: Logical Link Layer (LLC) and the Media Access Control (MAC). IEEE has also created several physical layer standards for different LAN protocols. Data link layer is divided into two sublayers: LLC and MAC, Logical Link Layer, and MAC, Medium Access Control. In IEEE Project 802, flow control, error control, and part of the framing duties are collected into one sublayer called the Logical Link Control. Framing is handled in both the LLC sublayer and the MAC sublayer. The LLC provides one single data link control protocol for all IEEE LANs. In this way, the LLC is different from the MAC sublayer, which provides different protocols for different LANs. We come to the standard in Ethernet. In the standard Ethernet, the original Ethernet was created in 1976 at Xerox Palo Alto Research Center. Since then, it has gone through 4 generations. These are the 4 generations of the Ethernet evolutions. The first one is the standard Ethernet, fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet, 10 gigabit Ethernet. And this is the MAC sublayer. This is the MAC frame. In the MAC frame, this is the frame format. There are preamble, then SFD, DA, SA, length or type of protocol, and upper layer data and CRC. The first field is the preamble. The first field of the 802.3 frame contains 7 bytes, 56 bits of the alternating zeros and 1 that alters the receiving system of the coming frame and enables it to synchronize its input timing. The pattern provides only one alert and a timing pulse. The preamble is actually added at the physical layer and is not part of the frame. Start frame delimiter SFD. The second field, which is only for 1 byte 10101011, signals the beginning of the frame. The SFD warns the station or stations that this is the last chance of synchronization. Next field is the destination address. It is a 6 byte and contains the physical address of the destination station to receive the packet. The source address, it is a 6 byte and contains the physical address of the sender of the packet. Length or type. This field is defined as a type field or length field. The original Ethernet used this field as a type field to define the upper layer protocols using the MAC frame. The IEEE standard used it as a length field to define the number of bytes in the data field. The field carries both data encapsulated from the upper layer protocols. It is minimum of 46 and maximum 1500 bytes. CRC, it is the error detection mechanism. Minimum and maximum lengths. The Ethernet has imposed restrictions on both the minimum and maximum lengths of a frame. The minimum length restriction is required for the correct operation of CSMA/CD. The Ethernet frame needs to have a minimum length of 512 bits or 64 bytes. Part of this length is the header and the trailer. If we count 18 bytes of header and trailer, then the minimum length of data from the upper layer is 64 minus 18 equal to 46 bytes. The upper layer packet is less than 48 bytes. The padding is added to make the difference. The maximum frame length is 64 bytes, it means 512 bits. And the maximum frame length is 1518, it means 12144 bits. The standards define the maximum length of a frame, which is 1518 bytes. If we subtract the 18 bytes of a header and trailer, the maximum length of the payload is 1500 bytes. Example of an Ethernet address in a hexadecimal notation. Each station on an Ethernet network, such as PC, workstation, or printer, has its own network interface card. This card fits inside the station and provides the station with a 6-byte physical address. The figure shows the Ethernet address is 6 byte 48 bits, normally written in hexadecimal notation with the colon between the bytes. The address may be unicast, multicast, and broadcast address. The source address is always a unicast address. The frame comes only from one station. The destination address, however, can be unicast, multicast, or broadcast. This figure shows for the unicast and multicast address. Unicast address is different from the multicast address. If the least significant bit of the first byte is and destination address is 0, the address is unicast, otherwise it is multicast. It means the least significant bit of the first byte defines the type of address. If the bit is 0, the address is unicast, otherwise it is multicast. The broadcast destination address is a special case of the multicast address in which all bits are 1. This is an example where we can find the address, whether it is unicast, multicast, or broadcast. There are 3 examples. To find the type of address, we need to look at the second hexadecimal digit from the left. If it is even, the address is unicast. If it is odd, the address is multicast. If all digits are F, it means 1, the address is broadcast. Therefore, we have the following in case 1. The second hexadecimal digit from the left is A, and which is binary is 1010. That's why it is unicast. In the second case B, it is 7, which in binary is 0111. It means it is multicast. The last one has all digits are F, so it is broadcast.